grade 11s. I'm going to be doing exercise 7.6, number 1 and 8 for you. Okay, so exercise 7.6, number 1A. And they're asking us here to write the following as a trigonometric ratio of theta only. So the first one that we've got is sine 180 minus theta. Now, remember from your quadrants that this would be theta, 180 minus theta, 180 plus theta, and then 360 minus theta. So 180 minus theta is in the second quadrant. And another thing I'm going to be doing is the cast diagram. So we're in the second quadrant. Sine is positive in the second. So this remains sine theta. And we've reduced it. Okay. Going on to question B. We've got sine 90 plus theta. Okay, so this one is going to work a little bit differently from the 180 and the 360 and that, because we're dealing with 90. So if this is 90 degrees, then 90 minus theta would be there, 90 plus theta would be here. Okay, and this is the second quadrant, first quadrant. So 90 plus is in the second quadrant. Is sine positive or negative in the second? It is positive. Okay, so we know that this thing is going to be a positive, but here comes the different thing. Because we've got this 90, we're going to use something called COCO, all right, and plus second quadrant. So sine in the second is positive, but because of COCO, sine will change to cos. So this becomes cos theta. Okay. Going on to question C. They've asked here cos 180 minus theta. Okay, so 180 minus is in the second quadrant. Cos in the second is negative, so this becomes negative cos theta. Going on to question D. We've got cos 90 degrees plus theta. Okay, so 90 plus is in the second, and this is going to be COCO because we've got the 90. So COCO plus second quadrant. Okay, now cos in the second is negative. So this is a negative, and the cos will change to a sine because we're using this co-function, the COCO. So it's negative sine theta. Okay, yes, I know that sine is positive in the second, but we are not taking sine into the second. We are taking this cos function into the second, and that is why it's negative. Okay, going on to question E. Sine 180 plus theta. So 180 plus is in the third quadrant. Sine in the third, we know is going to be negative, and this is sine theta. Question F. Cos 360 minus theta. Cos 360 minus theta is in the fourth quadrant. Cos in the fourth is positive, so this is cos theta. Okay, question G. Tan 180 plus theta. 180 plus is in the third quadrant. Tan in the third is positive, so this is tan theta. Okay, I'm just going to do the rest on the side here, guys. Where are we going? H. Okay, so we've got sine 360 minus theta. 360 minus, you can see, is in the fourth quadrant. Sine in the fourth is negative, so this becomes negative sine theta. Okay, next one we've got is I, which is tan 360 minus theta. 360 minus, again, is in the fourth quadrant. Tan in the fourth is negative, so this is negative tan theta. Question J. Sine 90 minus theta. Okay, so because we've got the 90, that's cocoa, plus 90 minus. 90 minus is in the first quadrant. So sine in the first quadrant is positive, and it will change to cos because of the cocoa. So this becomes cos theta. Now we've got K, which is cos theta minus 90. Now this is a little bit different that you guys are used to. You're used to these type of ones over here. So what I'm going to do is just draw up a new one. Now if we have an angle theta, now remember all of these angles that we talk about, theta, x, alpha, whatever, they're always acute angles, okay? And if I take this angle theta here, this acute angle, and I subtract 90 degrees from it, it's going to come down here, okay? Because you can see that I've made 90 degrees there. So this is now going into the fourth quadrant, okay? So this is in the fourth quadrant, but we've also got cocoa because we've got the 90, okay? So cos in the fourth is positive, but it'll change to sine. So this becomes sine 90 degrees. All right. And the last one, which is L, is sine theta minus 180. Okay, again, with this type of one, our angle theta is in the first quadrant, but now we're subtracting 180 degrees. So 180 degrees would come over here. So it's basically we're taking away a straight line. Okay, so now our angle is in this quadrant here. And you can see this is quadrant 3. So we know that this is in quadrant 3. Sine in the third is negative. So this becomes negative sine theta. All right, guys, so that's what for question 1. I'll make a separate video on question 8 for you.